The first race was in 1996, November 1st, and we invited everyone who was interested from Rancho Benito and from Teotitlán to participate. And we're quite surprised at 9 in the morning when 2 truckloads of competitors from Rancho whizzed down to the bridge and signed in for the race. There were 50 of them, and including quite a few girls and older women, and a fellow a Rancho Benito guy who won the race in the open category that first year. And in the juniors race, the young boys race, anyone up to age 16, was won by a Teotitlán fellow who ran barefoot all 10 kilometers up to Cuatro Vientos. That was one of the fun surprises of that first race. And that evening we had the prize ceremony down in Teotitlán in front of presented by the president of town, Porfirio Santiago. The following years we realized, since the race ended up in Rancho Benito, it would be easier to have the prize ceremony there at the finish line. And that's how we did it the next 3 years, in 97 and 99 and 2000. We had a break in year 98. We didn't do it. 4 times in 5 years, always in November. The second year, in the November of 97, was a giant hurricane out of season that hit the coast and ruined about 3 towns near Portutla that were flooded out. And it affected the course here. We had to postpone the race by 2 weeks until later in November. Well, we just saw 7 of the first category that are going up to the 14-kilometer finish line pass already. Pretty good time. But someone, it's confusing, someone in the 40-year-old category that supposedly left the starting line 15 minutes later just ran by. And the first half of the race to get up to the Benito Juárez is on the old Ridgetop Trail, which is sort of the short way to get up the route. And then the second part of the route goes along the road that zips from La Travesada up to Rancho Benito. But that road pretty much parallels the same ridgetop where it flattens out a bit. So the race is pretty much as short of a shortcut as you can take from the top above the dam here to town, to Rancho Benito. There's really no shorter route. A 60-year-old woman who participated in the race in the first year in 96 and took like 4th place, or no, there was the 47-year-old woman who took 2nd place, but the 60-year-old woman finished it, said that when she was a child, there was no road going to her house, and she was very familiar with the route that the race took, because that was her old way to get up to her village. We have 9 categories if my fingers can hold it all in place. 2 women's categories, a general child category from age 9 to 12, and then a younger boys category from 12 to 16, the open category for men up until age 30, and then men from 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and above 60 is the 9th category. And the women's categories are separated under and over 30 years of age. Is that our race path 15 years ago was before they built the roadway up to the Mirador. And we'll go, as we had 15 years ago, we go about 2/3 of the way up from town towards the Mirador on the old road. But then before we extend to a flat area to the new road. The first year with the child's category, and we're suggesting a challenge of 5 kilometers, which will go from the starting line of everyone's starting line halfway up the ridge to where the road meets the ridge route at the Travesada. And most of the other categories go 10 kilometers up to the start of town to a finish line that's designated as Cuatro Vientos. And then the faster runners, the open category and the men from 30 and 40 will complete their race up at the very top of the peak of the Mirador, which is almost another 1,000 vertical feet from the start of town to the top of the peak. It goes, will shoot straight up an older path that is a very steep incline right up to the finish line on the top. So the last, let's say, 500 yards for the open category is very, very steep.
There is the grass. Yeah, so I don't know what. Estás deshidratando.
Aquí quiere playera. Vamos a darle una playera.
Nuestros participantes nos están, estos señores nos ponen el ejemplo, nos ponen la muestra. Muy bien, ¡es un aplauso! El reconocimiento de estas mujercitas, hay señoras, hay señoritas, hay, vemos aquí a pura persona madura, a pura persona que ustedes están iniciando, pues la continúen, que sigan sus 30, 39 años de edad. Aquí viene la muestra, pero dicen que de qué potencia, muchachos, que pierna, qué energía. Es un aplauso como que no convencen, que se escuchen.